Hey everyone, I am back in California. Man, it feels good to be back. It is winter time, but I am so excited to go on these dives. I'm gonna go on like a week of some crazy dives, so stay tuned for that. I think it's gonna be sick. So new vids popping out all the time. Gonna be catching tons of stuff, exploring new places, and it's gonna be awesome. All right, so see you guys on my trip. Alright, you guys, for my first dive, man, do I have a treat for myself. This is gonna be sick, you guys. I grew up in the city of El Segundo. It's right next to LAX, and I've been going to that little jetty thing for like my whole childhood, but this is the first time in my life in which I'm gonna dive it. So, or I mean, I'm not gonna dive the jetty. I mean, it doesn't go out that far, but I'm gonna dive like outwards. You know, I'm so curious of what's out there. It's probably just sand and sand dollars, but you know what? I know there's like pismo clams there. There might not be that many, but I could find like one or two. That would be sick, right? So let's go check out El Segundo Beach, and I think I might even hit up Manhattan too, underneath the pier. But we'll see. All right, see you guys there. Hey, look, it's Concord Street, where I used to live. Nice. Ah, you guys, dude, I'm at El Segundo Beach. Man, I've never done this before. Look, I've got all my dive gear. This is insane. I always run across this sand right here to get to that jetty. Oh my god, this is so awesome. It's so flat out there. Dude, this is gonna be nice. Tomorrow's also pretty good, but dude, this is exciting. Woo! Yeah. Man, this looks nice. Perfect conditions out there, you guys. Perfect. See, all the surfers are headed to that jetty because the waves get kind of big on one side. But yeah, this is awesome, you guys. Woo! I can't wait to get out there. I saw dolphins out there once. All right. Yeah. That's good. Alright, this is my childhood tide pool. It's kind of embarrassing, but this is what I grew up with. That's it. This tiny, like, I don't know, 50, 100 square foot area. It's tiny, you guys, but it's pretty cool. I'll show you guys what we can find here.
So there's actually a lot of cool stuff here, you just had to pay attention. So we'll start with this, the striped shore crab. This is literally all I cared about as a kid, be catching them. And then on this rock, there's like at least 5 things. So like, look, these snails, that's called the checkered periwinkle. And then, I mean, you got all tons of barnacles around them, buckshot barnacles. And here's a limpet, probably a file limpet. And looking around, we might see some algae over here. But look at all these like black and white patches. See, those are like 2 different things. There's gooseneck barnacles and mussels all coupled together in there. So they're all over the place. It's pretty awesome. Down at the bottom, you have this awesome little pool all the time. This is where I saw my first ever rock crab in a tide pool. I guess today there's only some giant green anemones, not much else. If you look on the side, you get all these like aggregating anemones. They're closed up because it's low tide, and they're super sticky. So you know you don't know what you could find on these. It's awesome. Like, look at that. That's a Wentel trap snail. They eat sea anemones, so they're often found attached to them. And then over here we got all these sandcastle worms. I remember when I was a kid, I used to think they were coral. I was so excited, but no, they're sandcastle worms. Gooseneck barnacles right over here, mussels, aggregating anemones, all that within this little picture. It's pretty sick. In between the mussels, you find these really large owl limpets. So here's like a second one. In Hawaii, these are called opihi, and they'd be snapped up quick, you guys. I don't even know why, because they're not that great. I'm serious. They're not that great. Over here we got the famous ochre sea star. It's famous because it's a keystone species that preys on mussels, so that, I mean, other things can live on the rocks, not just mussels. Speaking of mussels, why don't we go get some mussels? You can have 10 pounds a day. So you're gonna need a knife to cut off its byssal threads. He uses those to stick onto the rocks and not get pounded off by the waves. Other people just twist them off, or sometimes they use screwdrivers, but I mean, knife is easier, so go for it.
What do you know? A pismo clam. Huh. Check these out, you guys. Huge mussels off the California coast. Man, these mussels are no slouch. They're like everywhere. And you can get 10 pounds. So we're gonna cook some of these up. I watched this YouTube video recently. Gather your nuts. We're gonna make this Peruvian style choros a la chalaca.
Here's what we're gonna need. So in addition to our mussels, we're gonna be making a pretty average salsa with onions, garlic, chili, and over here I got tomatoes and limes and cilantro. But the one special ingredient is this corn. I can't believe I found it, but this is choclo corn for the full authentic Peruvian experience. But I actually recommend using regular corn. Heat up some water to cook the corn in for about 5 to 10 minutes. We're going to be using the same water for the mussels later too. Next, dice up your veggies however you like. In general, thinner is better, but you know, it's up to you how chunky you want it. Next up, squeeze in some lime, put in some salt and pepper, and then chill. This is optional, but if you put butter in here, it might taste a little bit better. And then just add the mussels one by one. Make sure they're still alive, by the way. So once the mussels are done, they're gonna open up just like this. So next step is just to remove them, let them cool down. And then we're going to de-meat them or de-shell them. So use a spoon to scrape the adductor muscle off so you get every little part. And we're going to take off all the parts that we don't want. So the first part we're going to get rid of, remember what those are called? That's right, byssal threads. Okay, so just pull those off and then take the poop out too. Easily cut that part off. It's just the bulgy kind of dark spot in the front. And you're ready to go. Put it back in the half shell and
Man, I was a little bit worried about that corn, the choloco corn, because it was so starchy and just not sweet at all, but it goes really well with that salsa. So that was awesome, you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna be eating some more of this. Thanks for watching. That was pretty awesome. I don't really like mussels that much, but perfect way to make it. So there you go. See you guys next time. A freaking retard. I left my gloves. Oh my god. I left them on the roof of my car, and I'm so lucky. This one got snagged down there. It's still here. And I'm lucky it's my right-handed glove. Oh my god, I'm freaking retarded, you guys.